You need to know, my gorgeous Gemini, you need to understand this, because this is going to be ridiculously important. Whatever, and I mean whatever, makes you feel so energetic, whatever makes you feel so good, whatever makes you feel so creative, like how you're gonna feel at the very beginning of this week, you need to know, you need to understand that this in itself is, number one, going to help you to stay focused at this stage of your life. Number two, you need to understand, by staying focused at this stage of your life, this is going to lead towards you going deeper in order to explore your own roots. You need to understand the power this is actually going to bring to you. Just remember, something is going to make you so good, so creative at the beginning of this week. This in itself, it's something you need to focus on, something you need to pay attention to, and you will know that within the next few weeks there are gonna be major adjustments you're gonna need to make. You would find this normally ridiculously challenging and it would put you off, but now you're gonna accept this challenge, my gorgeous Gemini, like nothing else before. So the moment in time something makes you feel creative, so creative, you need to understand that divine intervention is about to occur. Just remember, which means that this in itself is the beginning of a new cycle in your life. You are exactly where you need to be. You are going to get a big picture, especially when it comes to which risk do you need to take at this stage of your life in order to move forward. What a magical moment this is going to be. I mean, the best is going to come out of you. And I mean this, my gorgeous Gemini, in such a way that something is going to snap within in the best possible way. And you are about to come out of your comfort zone. At that very moment in time, you will see that emotional issue needs to be resolved. An emotional issue needs to be resolved. Something very personal going on with somebody else in your life. You need to be honest with yourself and you need to do something about it. This life is way too short to just kind of live with regrets, and keep on thinking about certain things that are making us unhappy, but we just don't do anything about it because maybe we are scared that we're gonna hurt certain people. But then sometimes we realize that we are doing maybe wrong or even worse to our very own self by prolonging something which has come to an end like a long time ago. So this is important indeed, because some kind of emotional issue is going to need to be resolved. And the reason why this is highlighted suddenly in your mind is only because you're halfway there and you're not even realizing. Okay, so this is quite important indeed. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Gemini, it's not only about, oh yeah, feel creative, baby. You know what? This is all going to lead towards you having a really pretty much so, you will realize that you need to come up with a new plan. You need to come up with a new plan. This is the beginning of a really beautiful endeavor. This is the beginning of a stage of your life where you're going to have so much hope and so much confidence, and this in itself is going to revive you like never before. This in itself, you need to understand, it's the beginning of such a beautiful adventure. And I know it's not going to feel like, oh yeah, adventure, la la la, do you know what I mean? But you will see that this is going to lead towards one of the biggest and most beautiful and most gorgeous adventures of your entire life. In fact, the next few months are gonna be so good. The next few months are gonna be so busy. There is so much which is going to be on your mind in terms of ideas and realizations, and each one of those things is gonna keep on reviving you and reviving you and reviving you again. When I say something is going to revive revive you, it means also, the process of healing, it's going to take place. So when it comes to this new plan, you need to understand this is also the beginning of such a beautiful adventure. And even more so, something very unusual and unexpected is actually going to happen. On one hand, you're going to feel good because you will know that it's the end of like a really annoying, stupid, silly, unnecessary problem. But then on another hand, you will also know that, at the same time, why have certain things been delayed in your life, and why did you feel like you have a lack of appreciations when it comes to the certain things in your life? This in itself, it's really pretty much so gonna make you realize, this is kind of like the certain plans are like kind of collapsing. And I know it sounds, oh God, it is to do with the certain plans are not gonna work out, certain plans are collapsing. But then again, this is like more about you realizing this, establishing this, being able to identify this. And just by being able to identify this in itself, you will be able to see in a different light, and that in return, it's also going to make you feel very brave, very strong. And now you're going to realize what your own capacity is. You're going to realize how powerful you are. You're going to realize how amazing you are. And that in itself, you see, it's going to help you to look at the positive things from a positive angle. And that in itself, it's all going to contribute towards you realizing, oh my God, now I'm going to need to step into an unknown stage of my life. And then this is going to contribute towards you feeling powerful and good and amazing about it, rather than slowing yourself down by thinking negatively at the beginning, because we just, with our mind, we just tend to slow ourselves down while we are thinking negatively. Something negative is going to come up while we are doing something. It just comes out, you know what I mean? You're thinking negatively, you're scared, and then that particular bastard comes out of you when it comes to you responding to something. Oh no, I didn't want to say that. Why? Yes, because when you're thinking negatively, it's going to come out one way or another. And then, on another note, it does kind of affect you when it comes to you needing to be yourself 1000%. There's always a little bit of you that's kind of held back, and now that all needs to come up, baby. That's exactly what's happening right now. So you're going to become brave, and you're going to become pretty much so, you're going to really kind of you will want to rush into this unknown stage of your life without any fear whatsoever. This, my gorgeous Gemini, you have no idea how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like this is to do with a really balanced force, like a really powerful and very balanced force in your life, which is also at the same time going to make you aware of some kind of a positive experience which you were like kind of hoping to have in your past, not that long ago, really recent. There is a positive experience that you were planning, you were really hoping for, and then something that was meant to be purely positive turned out to be a complete disaster and turned out to be something really negative. And I repeat that this happened like not that long ago, maybe a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Something that was meant to be amazing and gorgeous and happy and optimistic, it just turned out to be really nasty and negative and horrible and unnecessary. And now suddenly you will remember that, my gorgeous Gemini, and you are gonna remember some kind of unexpected negative change that brought in. But that in itself, it's also at the same time going to make you aware of, like, to not to make a certain mistake when it comes to you planning and focusing. Now this is a lot about you're gonna find yourself planning for the future, and this element is ever so important when it comes to you knowing and understanding what exactly you must avoid and not to do in order to prevent this situation from happening ever again. What you need to do is you need to pay attention to your balance. You need to pay attention to your flexibility as well, because this is important, my gorgeous Gemini, because at the same time you are really pretty much so when it comes to things that you felt like trapped with, when it comes to things that you felt restricted with when it comes to things that you felt like backed into a corner. Now you're going to be able to see that in a completely different light, because this is all about finding solutions and taking control over your life again. Absolutely mind-blowing, and I really, really like it. This week it's really going to be such a time in your life where you are going to have such a beautiful turning point. But you can think about it as much as you like. This week it's going to still turn out to be completely different to what you could have possibly imagined. Even if I tell you this reading, there are going to be so many elements which are going to literally blow you away. But loads of these elements are going to be like kind of pretty much so appearing in front of you in order kind of not to not notice them. Okay, so there are certain things that are right around you, and you did not realize how important they are to give them more attention, for example. And this is all going to be kind of revealed by the time you get like to the mid part of this week. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Okay, you are gonna at around the midweek, you will need to understand that you are going to be surrounded by a certain person or certain people where you are gonna need to protect your energy. You're gonna need to guard your energy, and this is to do with a certain person or certain people that you are aware of, like they are very dark and negative in terms of energy. So you are really gonna kind of need to protect your energy somehow, because also something is going to be demanded from you which is absolutely ludicrous and that's absolutely crazy, and you most certainly need to stand your ground. And I can say again, not to do things that you don't want to do, or don't do things that don't make sense to you, you know, especially if somebody's trying to talk you into something. You know, you need to be very careful here. You need to be really, really smart indeed. Okay, because that in itself is also kind of going to make you aware of the fact that you need to move forward with an open mind here as much as you possibly can. You're also going to realize that timing is critical. Okay, timing is critical, and you're gonna realize, you know, that, you know, you need to let go of fear. You need to let go of fear. This is so important. By letting go of fear, you're going to resolve this issue, and that in itself, it's really pretty much so to do with like the fact that you're gonna realize that timing is critical. And I know it sounds really weird, bizarre, but it's to do when you become aware of like maybe people trying to make you do something that you don't want to do, or people are just having a really bad energy and vibration about it, around it, and you will know that something here also you need to move away from. And this is why you're going to feel like a timing is critical. All this is going to be so contributing towards you having an important clarity later on. What this clarity is, well, if this situation didn't play out, if this situation didn't happen the way it's going to happen, you see, you wouldn't be thinking about certain aspects of your life, and subconsciously you are going to be like doing just that. And this in itself is going to beautifully open you up, and you are going to have a new idea. You're going to have this new amazing idea. This new idea, it's going to bring a success into your life. This new idea is going to bring such a powerful breakthrough into your life, my gorgeous Gemini. And this idea that you are going to have, it's to do with you realizing your own truth. It's to do with your vision. It's to do with the force which you are going to see. It's to do with an aspect of your life you need to focus on as much as you can. And because very soon after that moment in time, my God, you are going to have one of the biggest surprises of your entire life. You are going to have one of the biggest surprises of your entire life. On one hand, you're going to realize how intuitive you are, ridiculously intuitive. And then on another hand, you're not going to believe what is actually going to happen. What is going to happen? You are going to realize that you're going to have one of the biggest surprises. What is this surprise? An opportunity, a big opportunity, which is connected to that new idea which you've just had. Not that long after, you're going to realize, oh my God, this big surprise, and this big surprise is going to come in the form of this opportunity. Oh my God, you're not going to be able to believe this. There is somebody who is a very beautiful person in your life, somebody gorgeous, somebody very psychic, somebody very intuitive, somebody who's like, oh my God, amazing. And that particular person is going to confirm this to you. Not that you need confirmations, but it's going to confirm certain things to you. But also that person is also going to give you some kind of advice here when it comes to you understanding that you are going to need to make an important decision here. And this important decision that you're going to need to make, it is indeed to do with like some kind of like an ongoing battle in your life when it comes to some kind of a conflict here. But then again, at the same time, it's to do with an important reunion. When it comes to some kind of important reunion, which is actually going to come out of it, you need to understand that there is a specific information that you are going to become aware of. Specific information, but there is also going to be some kind of interesting suggestion, which is going to be mind-blowing in so many different ways, because you're going to realize that right now, at this stage of your life, you are about to turn over a new leaf. This is brilliant, and trust me, it's going to feel so good. Unbelievably fantastic. And also, my gorgeous Gemini, when it comes to this week, for the love of God, please keep on taking something like organic moringa powder. I highly suggest you to take organic moringa powder. It's to do with moringa leaves, you know, this moringa tree. One of the most powerful and the most nutritious things you can possibly take. All you need to take is about at least about three times a week, I would say, at least. You see, important. A little glass of water, a little teaspoon, put a third of this like an organic moringa powder on it, and just mix it, just a third of a teaspoon, just that little, no more than that, because it's so strong and powerful. And this is going to rejuvenate you like there is no tomorrow in terms of energy. It's going to re-energize you, but also at the same time, it's going to give you potassium. You need potassium as well. There's so many signs who need potassium. Wow, crazy. And also, my gorgeous Gemini, by the time you get to the last part of this week, okay, I'm not going to be funny, but do you know what? It's like basically you are going to become aware of some kind of a little trip or journey you're going to need to make. But this is like a little trip or journey. Like it could be like half an hour away. It could be 1 hour away. It could be maybe 2 hours away. Maybe it could be few hours away. Maybe it's just like maybe just like about a 1 hour away. Or like a 15 minutes away. There is going to be this trip, this journey that you are going to become aware of, and you will know this because you weren't aware of this trip or journey or whatever this is. It's going to be needed from you to go somewhere. You're going to need to go somewhere where you don't normally go. There you go. Okay, I've got there. Where you don't normally go. And when it comes to that journey, when it comes to that trip, I can see that something is going to be putting you off. Maybe you're just not going to feel it's the right time. Maybe you're just going to feel like, I don't know, something is going to be putting you off. And you need to understand that you have no idea how important it is for you to go to have that trip or journey. You have no idea. Listen to me very carefully. You have no idea what you would miss out on if you don't go on this trip or journey. Because once you go there, things are going to be completely different to what you would have imagined. And you are, on one hand, going to become aware of now suddenly you will want to learn something. Something is going to inspire you. You're going to be this big mama. Something is going to inspire you, my gorgeous Gemini, so beautifully. Something is going to inspire you, and you will want to learn something. You will want to learn something because you're also going to become aware of some kind of a future opportunities ahead. The future opportunities ahead. You would never find out otherwise. And this is so important because as soon as you become aware of this in itself, it's also to do with things that have been making you unhappy. By you taking these future opportunities on, your future is going to seem to be so bright and so good, and you're going to become very determined about it because you will know that you are making an intelligent choice. And you're also, my gorgeous Gemini, going to have such an interesting realization. There is more to it. There is more, a little bit more to it, just a little bit more. You're also going to have such an interesting realization that someone is taking advantage of someone, And my gorgeous Gemini, I really advise you to do something about it, like immediately. You need to do something about it immediately. Okay, my gorgeous Gemini, thank you ever so much for watching my video. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye.